Stacy, we're live on Bristol Street, the closest we've been all week since the blast. Let me show you what we see here. Clearly the damage still very fresh from the blast on Monday. Buildings decimated, continuing to smolder, debris littering the street. We have learned that the mayor will be holding a press briefing at 11 this morning, and we're hoping to learn the next measures for the city of Sun Prairie. Live from Sun Prairie, Chris Joe, NBC 15 News. Behind me is a timeline of Native American imagery at the U of I. This was just one of the stations at the charrette where attendees were encouraged to fill in the blanks. Yes, Tim, that's right. And we're right outside the Glass Nickel Pizza location in East Madison, where for one day only, they'll be donating 10% of their sales. 50% of those sales will go to the Barr family, with the other half going to those affected by the blast. Now, we did report last week that the Glass Nickel Pizza location in Sun Prairie was decimated, and even though it is a late night staple, folks here are hoping that people will come in early to help with the recovery efforts. Live in East Madison, Chris Joe, NBC 15 News. Mark, good morning. With the 4th of July right around the corner, we wanted to remind you of ways that you could safely observe the holiday. A good rule of thumb to note is that if it does shoot off the ground, you will likely need a permit. That said, sparklers, snakes, snaps, and party poppers are legal within the city of Madison, but it is advised that if you do have any questions or concerns regarding fireworks, that you do contact your local fire department. Live downtown, Chris Joe, NBC 15 News. Most of the commercial flights here at Willard Airport only seat 50 passengers, but both United and American Airlines have committed to transitioning to an ERJ-175 aircraft for an additional 25 seats per flight. That's right, business is booming for those shops and restaurants in downtown Sun Prairie. Business owners have said people have come from all over the state to spend their dollars at downtown establishments. Sun Prairie businesses are moving forward following the explosion that decimated the downtown area. Businesses immediately saw an increase in sales upon reopening. Dan Kaliz, owner of Eddie's Ale House on Main Street, said that his business was feeling the support from all across the state.
But then as the following week came on, we were quite a bit busier. We actually had our largest week ever.
Kaliz attributed the increase in business to the rapid community response. He said many Sun Prairie residents and non-residents alike did not hesitate to extend a helping hand.
I had a couple that were born and raised here and moved away, and they came back to visit relatives and said that they had to stop down and support the downtown.
Other businesses like Prairie Flowers and Gifts just across the street have also seen sales rise.
You can just sort of tell they're making an effort to try to buy something, and that's really sweet.
Owner Dina Pokernish noticed how the blast shifted the perspective in her customers, and she says that the downtown area has come to be more appreciated.
People are beginning to realize how vital a downtown is to a community.
Kaliz hopes that the support continues after the commotion leaves the area.
I'm hoping that once all the businesses are open again, that people still remember us.
In downtown Sun Prairie, Chris Joe, NBC 15 News. The 13th Congressional race is one of the most competitive in the country. I got a chance to see how Betsy Lonergan's campaign spent the days leading up to the election. With the 13th Congressional race still hotly contested, candidates made their final push to garner votes over the weekend. For the Betsy Lonergan campaign, that meant tripling down on the canvassing effort. Multiple get-out-the-vote events were organized. Volunteer Max Shapiro said why he elected to participate in the campaign.
I just felt motivated enough to finally get out, even yesterday in the rain, in the pouring rain, and knock doors, because I just believe it was too important to stick at home and do nothing.
The Lonergan team keyed in on voters that have been reliable for Democrats in the past.
I had a lot of great conversations with them. A lot of them were either, yeah, we love her, we're going to vote for her on Tuesday, or already voted, brought everybody in the house. So I had a lot of those interactions, and I had a very limited amount of interactions that I would consider to be negative interactions with people.
On Saturday alone, 210 canvassers knocked on over 8,000 doors in the Champaign-Urbana area. Lonergan said the urgency surrounding the election has galvanized voters.
I think this is the most important election of our lifetime. And the energy that I feel from students is that the students want to get our nation back on track. and moving forward. And they want to have a voice in what their future looks like.
Shapiro put the midterms into a big picture perspective. He said it stretches beyond party preference.
It's a fight for health care. It's a fight for holding the 1% and the upper class accountable. It's a fight for racial equality, for gender equality, for sexual orientation equality, for all these things.
In Champaign, I'm Chris Joe, UI 7 News. Within a year, musical acts Waka Flocka Flame, T-Pain, Playboy Cardi, and Jesse McCartney have all performed on campus, sharing an opening act. The act wasn't a commercial rapper or singer, but U of I senior Aaron Navarro. Navarro DJ'd house parties for Star Course, a student-run concert promotion organization. There, they discovered and approached him to open for Waka Flocka Flame, where Navarro said the opening started. He discussed the atmosphere he tries to create with any DJ set.
There's always a saying that if you, or not a saying, it's just what I've always done is if you can get the girls dancing, boys will dance because that's just how it works. So making sure that everyone kind of is happy and is enjoying.
Navarro began DJing his junior year of high school. He continued to hone his skills as time passed, to the point where he earned himself a residency at Joe's Brewery. Aaron Brockmeyer, Navarro's longtime former roommate, highlighted Navarro's progress.
He has the ability to think ahead enough to know what the crowd will want to hear and mix it seamlessly. He's got a true talent, and for anyone to get to that level, it does take years.
Navarro has performed at various locations on campus, from the 1,565-seat venue Follinger Auditorium, right behind me, to the Canopy Club, the Main Quad, among many others. Navarro said DJing has taught him a variety of life lessons that he looks to carry following graduation.
It's pretty fun to do it, especially if you get paid for it. And I get that sense when I do journalism as well. So just making sure whatever I do in my life, when I get paid for it, I enjoy doing it.
Navarro does not anticipate DJing post-graduation, and because of this, he relishes every opportunity. In Champaign, I'm Chris Joe, UI 7 News. Now on the morning show, a Wisconsin dairy farm is making headlines across the country this morning for its efforts on renewable energy. And vandals target a Madison cemetery. Madison police need your help finding those who damaged dozens of headstones.
Live from the WMTV studios, your news authority. NBC 15 News, the morning show starts now.
Good morning. It is Thursday, August 9th at 6 a.m. I'm Chris Joe. Tim Elliott and Hannah Flood are off. Parents of the missing Wisconsin man who was last seen in Slovenia say the U.S. Embassy and police are being cautious in the investigation, but are offering no new information. John Luskin has been missing since June 22nd when he left for a European vacation. He planned to hike at a national park in Slovenia, which is where his parents say he went missing. In the meantime, John's father, Alan, says the family is overwhelmed with the love and support they've received. Madison police are asking people to register their home surveillance cameras. It's a new program designed to increase safety and help solve crime. MPD says they're creating a database so when a crime does happen, they can see if there is a registered camera in the area. Instead of going door to door, they believe it will save time, money, and they hope it will help catch suspects faster. Homeowners are allowed to deny requests, but police can still issue a warrant to access camera footage. And looking at our very own U.S. House race, and possibly one of the most important, the race for the 13th Congressional District. Tonight, a winner could be named for the seat between Republican incumbent Rodney Davis and Democratic challenger Betsy Dirksen-Lonergan. All 435 House seats are up for re-election this year, and Republicans currently hold the majority. Democrats would need to maintain the seats they currently have and gain 23 more in order to take control of the House.
We'll throw it back to the studio. Back to you, Chris and Andrea.
Thank you, Malik. And as you can tell, our weather correspondent had a little bit of a tough time getting off the set.